If you've ever had the patience to watch a heron or egret hunt, it probably looked a little bit like this. Basically, it looks like a single bird standing there, waiting. What he's doing is he's patiently waiting for a fish or frog or other critter to get close enough, and then bam, he strikes. You may spend a lot of time watching and waiting and miss all the action in just a blink of an eye. However, if conditions are just right, it might look a little bit different and look something like this. For a feeding frenzy like this to happen, conditions really have to be absolutely perfect. This usually means that water levels are just the right depth so that all these different species can feed together. Sometimes this happens when a pond dries up during the dry season, and sometimes, like in this case, it happens when a water control structure is open in a marsh floods. This is far from the slow, patient, orderly feeding you may be used to seeing with herons and egrets. This really is all-out chaos. Now, if you're watching carefully, despite all this chaos, there really isn't all that much conflict between species. This is because each species feeds in its own way in a slightly different method, and because of that, they're able to stay out of each other's way. Sometimes you do see a fight between individuals of the same species. You don't see a lot of fighting between species. Wood storks are the most sensitive to water levels, as they drag their open beaks through the water, waiting to feel something, and then really quickly, in an instant, close their beaks around their prey items. Spoonbills use the spoon on the end of their bills to filter things out of the water, and swipe that bill back and forth while walking through the water. Snowy egrets use their beaks to quickly grab their prey, and usually they're quite patient, but sometimes there's just too much going on out there, and they have to grab everything they can as quickly as possible. Now, these conditions don't always last very long. It might be a few hours, or might just be a couple of days. But once the birds have their fill or conditions change, they typically leave and go about their other daily business.